You're listening to Pop Leisure, and I'm your host, Lane Caddy, bringing you the latest buzz on local events, movies, music, art, and entertainment happening around your community. If you know something cool that's coming up, share it with us. Find us on Instagram at Pop Leisure Show or email popleisureshow@gmail.com. Join us every Thursday at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. on 98.5 WXPM The Phoenix. I'm going to start today's show by telling you all the fun things that I could come up with to do this weekend. There's loads of them in all kinds of locations, all kinds of flavors of fun things to do. Starting off with something that I have never been to. I don't know if this is an annual event or if it's a first-time thing, but it sounds like so much fun. This is called the Kidpreneur Market from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday, August 9th at Floral and Hardy of Skippack. Encourage local community members through Kidpreneur Market, an afternoon in which talented young entrepreneurs showcase and sell their unique handmade goods, delicious treats, and creative innovations. This event has something special in store for the entire family. There's even live music from 11 to 1. Get inspired and inspire others at this one-of-a-kind event. Again, that's Sunday, August 9th from 10 to 2 at Floral and Hardy of Skippack. Great job, you guys. I'm excited about that. It sounds like a lot of fun, and like what a great thing to inspire the child future entrepreneurs of our community. Fantastic. Speaking of kids, Kids Bowl Free at Arnold's is an excellent program running this summer. It genuinely means that kids can bowl free. You have to go to kidsbowlfree.com and check out the Arnold's Family Fun Center location to get 2 free games a day for kids under the age of 16 or under the age of 17. I think you can be up to age 16 to bowl free at Arnold's all summer long. The only exclusion days are Saturdays, so any other day you get 2 free games of bowling just for signing up. It's an incredible program. They even have a special discounted value pack for parents to get if you want to play along with the kids, or maybe you're just observing and getting the free games for your kids. Either way, I think it's a great program. And other things to do with the whole family this weekend, Liberty Comic Con, August 8th, 9th, and 10th at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. Liberty Comic Con isn't just a comic convention, but a place to meet and interact with like-minded comic fans. This weekend, experience the full vendor experience, voice actors, comic artists, and writers, as well as cosplayers. You too can be a cosplayer. Liberty Comic Con is an experience made for comic fans and by comic fans. This unique event has so many different activities and attractions to see, so you don't want to miss out. And you're going to find out so much more about that convention. Later on, I'm going to interview Dustin Queenan, the creator of Liberty Comic Con. So very exciting about that. And not only that, in cooperation with Liberty Comic Con, Oaks Center Cinema has set up a screening of the movie Chainsaw Man at 7 p.m. on Saturday, August 8th. So right at the closing of Comic Con, I think it closes at 8 p.m. On Saturday, August 8th, you can come and screen Chainsaw Man. The voice actor of Chainsaw Man himself, Ryan Colt Levy, is appearing at Liberty Comic Con for autographs and selfies, and we're hoping to get him here for an intro, a Q&A. Details are not quite completed for that yet, but what I do know for sure is that there's a 7 p.m. screening of Chainsaw Man at Oak Center Cinema for all of the comic convention goers. So Liberty Comic Con is going to be a great time for the whole fam. Come out and see Chainsaw Man on Saturday, August 8th. Also at the Expo Center this weekend is an Eastern Firearms Expo from August 7th to 9th. So welcome to the literal gun show for that one. It's going to be an interesting time. And also, wow, this weekend is so exciting. There's a Oaks, I want to call it a double feature for fans of the Grateful Dead. Here's the deal. There's a Grateful Dead meetup at Oak Center Cinema on Saturday, like early evening, late afternoon. Check oakcenter.net for the exact show time. What this means is that they've basically taken footage of a full Grateful Dead concert and sort of remastered it, and that's being screened at Oak Center Cinema on Saturday the 8th. And then later that evening, the band Creaky Knees performs live at the Water Tower. It's a free show. There's no cover. And Creaky Knees brings you Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia Band, Bob Dylan Deep Tracks, and so much more. In conjunction with that, there's a Sly Fox Happy Hour from 7 to 9 at Water Tower Live. The door's at 7 and the music starts at 8 for that show. So again, free show, no cover. It's all ages, obviously 21 to drink with ID. And the band is a Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, Bob Dylan sort of tribute. And it pairs up so nicely with this Grateful Dead meetup on Saturday the 8th, which the Saturday the 8th, that Grateful Dead meetup also plays again Monday evening. So if you can't make it to the screening Saturday, try again Monday, oakcenter.net for the exact show times on that one. So you may not know that Jerry Garcia, the frontman for the Grateful Dead, was born August 1st of 1942 and passed away on August 9th of 1995. So the beginning of August is a special time for tribute bands and memories of Jerry Garcia. He performed with the band for their entire career from 1965 to 1995. He also produced a number of side projects and solo albums and was ranked 13th in Rolling Stone's 100 Greatest Guitar Players of All Time. It's a cover story that ran in 2003. An article which was remade in 2023 that ranked Garcia as the 34th greatest guitar player of all time. He was known for his ability to play many instruments and for his ability at long stretches of improvisation. Check out some of these great tributes to Mr. Garcia this weekend at Oak Center Cinema and Water Tower Live. Thanks for listening to Pop Leisure. Next, we'll be interviewing the fascinating Dustin Queenan about his expo, Liberty Comic Con, and also his store, Maz Comics, and even a little bit about his role as a Norristown Councilman. So I'm really thrilled to get into this. Stay tuned. You're listening to Pop Leisure, and I'm your host, Lane Caddy. Pop Leisure gives you the lowdown on local happenings, movies, music, art, and entertainment. Let us know what's happening in your neck of the woods at Pop Leisure Show on Instagram or email popleisureshow@gmail.com. Join us on FM 98.5 The Phoenix Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 9 p.m. Welcome to the show. I'm joined today by Dustin Queenan. He is the owner and promoter of Liberty Comic Con coming up on August 7th through 9th. That's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday show here at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center in Oaks. But Dustin is a really incredible guy. We've been talking a little bit, and I've learned that he is also the owner of Maz Comics, the owner of Queenan Insurance, and vice president of Norristown Council and District 3 Councilman. That is quite a list of achievements. Dustin, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. And I love that the name Pop is in the show's name, because basically our con is about pop culture.
That's right.
So,
exactly. Yes.
So it was meant to be.
Yes. So that's definitely how I met you, was in reference to Liberty Comic Con.
Okay.
And tell me what people will experience when they come to that event.
Oh, my goodness. Let me give you a little history.
Please, yes.
When I was a little kid, I just loved reading. So I would go to the comic book store. I used to work at Roy Rogers. I'm going way back now. And when I get my little check, there was a comic book store next to me.
Oh, good.
So I used to buy all the off-brand. I didn't buy X-Men. I used to buy things that, grabbed my attention.
Sure.
But I love reading. I read novels, things of that nature. And that helped me in my life.
Oh, yes.
The love of reading opened up a lot of doors for me. So as I'm an older adult now, of course, I have my insurance agency. Open up a comic book store is a stress reliever for me.
It sounds like fun, to be honest with you.
To be honest, it's a little cheap for me to be able to talk to people. And that's what the beauty of a comic book store.
Yeah.
When people come in there, they meet other people
right.
and start talking about different interests. Like, you don't know what conversations. You could talk about Star Wars. They talk about politics. They talk about swimming. Mm-hmm. But you get to meet like-minded people.
Wow.
And I think we're missing that. where you can walk and just have a regular conversation.
You know, we talk a lot about around here at Arnold's about how people are missing that third space. Like you used to, when I was a kid, we went to the mall. That's where we went. We went to the mall and we just hung around with each other, and you didn't have to be shopping for anything or doing anything. You were just there together. And there's a decline in malls, right? And people generally don't seem to have that space where they would go and commune with people, just like get to know each other. And your comic book shop does that for people.
That is exactly what the purpose of a comic book store is. Now, granted, you sell merchandise, but one of the main purposes of a comic book store, you can meet people that have the same interests as you. You can make friends. And that's what's developed into the Comic-Con.
I see, sure.
So we're trying to make a twist to Comic-Cons. Like, I go to a Comic-Con. You purchase a ticket, you go in there, you buy stuff, you buy. So we're trying to change that to make it more of a social event.
Oh, good.
I want people to come to the Liberty Comic-Con because they have experiences, because they met nice people, things of that nature.
Right.
So we're going to offer a free entry Uno tournament. We're going to
fun. I love Uno.
Yeah. So people's like, you got security for Uno? I'm like, hold on. How serious does Uno get?
Right. People get intense about those games.
And what we're going to do is free bingo.
What does that mean?
You can win free prizes. You don't have to pay none to enter.
Oh, great.
Yeah, so you can win comic books. We're going to have a comic book bingo and Funko Pop bingo.
Oh, good.
So we're just trying to do things where you can sit down, talk to people, have fun for free.
Yes. Sit down with your family and play, or you're just coming and, you meet somebody at the table next to you.
Yeah.
That's great.
One other thing we're doing that Akana hasn't done yet, we're making a little section. And it's going to be a section, no chairs, we're going to put up a sign, comic books. And anybody who likes comic books could come in. We might throw out some lead questions, but then we're going to let you talk. Next one might be action figures, could be novels. So we're still in the midst of doing that, just so people could find like people and have a conversation.
That is so exciting. Yeah. And in real life, in person, you meet real actual people who are interested. Now, that conversation forum is so interesting. Is it a microphone, like a lector that kind of leads it?
We'll do it. The person that leads it will be a microphone, but the purpose is for you guys to break off and have personal conversations, and then we fade away.
Okay.
So that way, we'll monitor it, but that way people can talk to people. Someone's going to click, oh, you said this. And that's what it's all about, the community. Incredible. And letting people be heard.
Yeah.
And another thing we did last year that was a hit.
Yeah.
We had a sensory booth.
What's that?
So I didn't know what it was either, but thank goodness I have my niece. Some people get overwhelmed.
Oh, yes.
So it's kind of like an escape. So we have the pipes and drapes blocked off. Oh. We had a tent in there. Next time I walk in, I see kids sleeping, stickers, crowns. It's somewhere you can get away from all the noise and reset. We have headphones and things of that nature.
Oh, that's really nice.
I got so much positive feedback from the parents and the kids themselves. And so we're bringing that back again this year.
That is wonderful. So it's kind of a quiet space that you can get away from. Being in an expo center is often it's noisy and there's some harsh lighting sometimes, and it's just a lot to take in if you have sensory sensitivities.
Even if it's all these colors, shapes, and things like that all at once. So we wanted to make sure you could be comfortable at all times.
Oh, that's great. So it's kind of a break, like situated halafway through, probably, right? Like, who cares about the halfway point where you might want to pull over and take a break?
Oh, my goodness. The kids loved it. I wonder if because my niece is she's got a nice personality. So that was very impressive. So we're going to do that again. And we're going to try to, as we grow that section as well.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. That's terrific. You said something great about how you love to read, and that this really developed your love of reading was comic books. And that is so true for so many kids now. I know that my older kids, when they were getting started in elementary school, the Dog Man series of books was like their number one most favorite to read. And at some point, the teachers started to say, like, okay, well, you have to read a book that, isn't always a comic book. Like,
right.
They have to start reading chapter books at some point. But it's such a great way of developing that love of reading.
Oh, you want to get them excited about reading.
Right.
I understand as a parent, that might not be what you're into. But that is definitely a valid tool that has been proven over history.
Yeah.
Get them involved and make reading fun for them in the beginning.
Absolutely.
It always could be fun, I said at the beginning.
Right.
But when you get them textbooks, they might give a little resistance, but they're not afraid of it.
Yeah. Well, and especially for kids that are maybe struggling. My daughter has a learning disability in reading. And when we started to read comic books, we could take turns from speech bubble to speech bubble. So she'd only have to get through a sentence or maybe just a few words sometimes, and then it would be my turn. And then it goes back to her turn. And taking turns that way, I've seen leaps and bounds of improvement in the last year for her, where she went from really struggling to she just read James and the Giant Peach, and that's the first chapter book that she read, and she read it aloud to me all by herself, and I could cry. I'm so excited.
Right. See, that's creating memories for you too.
It is. Yeah. But comic books really facilitated that way, where it was blocked out for us to take turns in these little bite-sized pieces that were a lot easier. And it's such a good tool for growing for that. So I love that for them. But you said you love comic books now. What's your favorite comic right now?
Well, right now the most popular one is Absolute Batman.
Yeah?
Yeah, that might not be kid appropriate, but it's definitely, it took the comic book world by storm right now.
Really?
And it's actually helping other publishers, because when people come in for that, they start seeing other comic books. And right now, indie comic books are taking off. If anything you like, they make it. Plus, also manga has taken over.
When I was in high school, people were excited, and we called it anime, and I know the word manga. Is that the same thing?
Yes, but something about these kids now, they are very intelligent.
Yes.
When they read that manga, they discuss it just like they do the comic books, but they go into deep discussions. Like, I'm looking at 8-year-olds having discussions about what that person thought, what this meant, what this event actually meant, and how it shaped the future. I'm amazed.
It's getting like philosophical among 8-year-olds.
I am amazed that the kids, and we need to foster that. Like, this reminds me of Star Trek. Like, we see the adults and the kids are like learning quantum leap physics.
Right, yeah.
I'm looking at these kids like, these kids are way smarter than what we were.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah. And you've been noticing specifically that manga is developing those conversations about like philosophy in the world.
Yeah, and you got some kids, the fathers and mothers are introducing them to comic books and having those discussions. They're doing it too. And that's the great thing, I think, about reading in general. You read it, and if you read with your kids or a friend, you have that discussion.
Yes, now, and the discussion is the good part.
Yes.
That's the juicy part.
That's the communication skills are being developed.
True, but like the things that really blow your mind are, I have the nicest memories of like, you often in the car. The car is a great place for a conversation with a kid, right? Like you don't have to like give a lot of eye contact, right? Because we're driving, and I just remember my dad having these conversations about like, how big is the universe, and how many galaxies do you think there are, and how many planets like Earth could there be, and like things that just blow your mind to bits when you're little, and you're just like, I can't even imagine.
Right.
Like the questions that we can't know are the exciting ones.
That ones make you curious.
It does make you curious,
Well, what's surrounding me, the world surrounding me.
And comic books are so fun because they tend to delve into these ideas that are so much bigger than us. Like that's what the superhero is. It's an idea. It's an archetype about something that we like kind of almost know to be true, but it's we don't. There isn't a real life Superman, right? Like he's not walking around here, but it embodies something that we all like, a spirit that we share.
Yeah, it gives you like morally things you should do, how society should be. What comics taught me is there's always a solution to the problem. It might not be the solution you want, but there's always a solution. So now when a solution comes my way, people are like, how'd you figure that out? Because I'm thinking, what can I do to make this situation the best situation possible?
Right.
So I like that. A lot of it is, do things with your friends, think of others. And I actually try to teach the kids. I give away free like lollipops.
That's nice.
The parents have found out that they could drop their kids off and I'll feed them. I have an Xbox in there. I buy pizza and everything like that. But I'm not going to lie. I love the kids. They are so amusing.
Yeah.
And what I try to teach them is support your friends. Mm-hmm. And I'll ask them, like, what are you doing? They play sports. I'm like, hey, go to your friend's game and support them. And if they come get a lollipop, I'll be like, is there anybody else home that wants one? grab one for them and think about them. So I'm teaching them little things so they know when they come in, I'm getting this for my sister. I'm getting this for my dad.
That's so sweet.
Trying to train them to think about others. So basically society could be better as well.
That is so sweet. So if I want to visit your shop, where is it?
It is in Bridgeport, 26 East 4th Street in Bridgeport.
Oh, excellent.
So we're open Tuesday through Sunday.
Okay.
Tuesday is only from 12 to 5, but then after that is like 12 to 8.
Okay, great.
Yeah. But I have a ball, especially when them kids come in. I get visits all the time. And they're like little kids, but they think they're adults, and I love it. Because right now they're going crazy over needles.
They are going. Yeah. Do you have needles at the shop?
They are so hard to get.
Oh, I know it. I've got girlfriends that are like calling me up saying, I've got to get a Nido for so-and-so's birthday. Where are you going to find them?
Yeah, so the kids kind of get over on me a little bit.
Do they? So
they kind of get free needles or get them super cheap because I'm like, I can't charge a kid something like that.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah. So, and like when people come with their kids, I usually try to give them something extra, things of that nature. And I'll be like, yo, ain't your dad pretty cool? Ain't your mom cool that brought you here?
Yeah. Oh, that's good to teach them that appreciation.
Oh, yes.
Right, because it's like easy to forget when you're a kid. It's like, well, this is my parent and chauffeur. Right. Obviously, they took me here. They take me everywhere.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, they don't even know how good. Right. And when they start saying like, oh, thank you for that, Mom. It's like, that really is touching. That makes a big difference in a parent's day for sure.
Oh, and I see when parents are letting the kids try to learn, they'll come and negotiate. Like, let's say they want to trade something. I love it. Yeah. So I always let them win because they're learning.
Yes.
And I'm so impressed that I see the work that the parents put in. Mm-hmm. A comic book place is a great place to do it, which leads into the Comic Con. It's kind of the same thing, but on a bigger scale.
Right.
Cosplay is huge. It shows the creative side.
Are people showing up in costume to Liberty Comic Con?
All the time. This is our 4th year.
Okay, great.
So it was kind of funny because we didn't know what we were doing the first 3 years. We just said, you know what? We wanted to be a local con. We're local. We wanted to do something for the local people.
Yes.
And we figured we asked for a lot of feedback so the local people could help us shape it into the con they want.
Yes.
Because we've seen a lot of people come and go. We're like, you know what? And I was jealous of New Jersey. New Jersey's like the collector state.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have so many different things. I'm like, we need that here. And there are so many genres here. Like people do, we want to have a Pokemon tournament.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah. Now, everybody I talk to, I was like, do you play Pokemon? 90% of them say no. I'm like, well, it's going to be an even playing field.
Oh, good. Right. That's true. Well, but they all have the cards. Everybody's got the cards, but nobody is really playing the game. Right. I'm confused about this a little bit.
It's a serious collector's thing. So we're going to teach people how to play Pokemon there. Then they can go to a tournament and win free prizes.
That sounds like, and they can put those cards to good use.
Oh, some of those cards are wow.
Right. Well, and some of them, though, I think that they're, if it's a valuable card, they're like, well, we don't play the game. This is one we don't touch. We're going to put it in plastic. We're not going to touch it.
So it was funny because I thought some of the pictures, you might see like a crocheted Pokemon. Mm-hmm. I'm just finding out, no, someone actually crocheted that, an artist, and they took a picture and they do all the crochet. So there's a lot of artists that do a lot of things. So Pokemon cards go a little bit deeper than what I actually thought.
Oh, I didn't know that. So they're making like kind of custom artist versions of them?
Yeah, like say if you was an artist, for example, you know for your crochet, and they'll let that crochet person make Pokemons, and they'll take a picture, and that's a card. That's an actual Pokemon.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. That's really cute.
So it's amazing. I see adults, like fathers, and the grandfathers are the funniest.
Really?
Because they break so many of the rules that the parents tell them not to do.
Oh, that's funny.
So they bring in, it's like, hey, listen, you can't show your mom or dad this. And they break the bank spoiling the kids. So.
Oh, that's so fun.
And they say, I created a monster because I got them into collecting. But they're bonding with their grandfathers or fathers and stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. So there's a Pokemon tournament.
Yes.
And it's open to all ages, but it's a specific time. Is it?
Yeah, we have the times up on a site. I don't know them by heart because I use a third party that I've been working with.
What's the website, though?
Oh, libertycomiccon.com.
Oh, good for you. That's spot on.
It's a little tricky. So it's Liberty, and then you got to spell out comic with ends of a C, and then you got to do con. So you got to have
C.
2 C's. Yeah.
2 C's in a row at the end there. I got you. Liberty Comic Con.
We're on Blue Sky, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Oh, I got to follow you. I'm like I'm not looped in. All right, we'll follow you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We'll get there.
Yeah, but it's a huge universe out there now.
It is. But I think people don't realize too how much those numbers matter.
Yes.
I'm in marketing, right? So
Yeah.
like I'm always counting up how many followers do we have, how many subs, because it really does improve not just how many people are seeing your content, but how many new people that platform will show your content to.
Right.
They'll give other people an opportunity to see it and maybe follow it if you already have 5,000 followers. It's really, really hard to get from 0 to 1,000.
Yeah,
it's not as hard to get from 1,000 to 5,000.
Right.
Right? It's funny how that works.
And the great thing about it, too, a lot of these vendors are local vendors.
Oh, good.
So I started off being a vendor. So I'm really vendor focused and customer service focused. I come from a customer service background.
Yeah.
So I treat the vendors like the customers and make sure they're okay. We check on them. We try to advertise. We introduce them just like we do our artists.
That's great.
Yeah, we're trying to. One person said, "This feels like a family." One of the artists. And I think it's because I served them hot food. They don't get served hot food.
That's so nice.
It's like, that shocked me.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Back in the day, I used to be a vendor also, different kind, at art shows. I am a little bit of an artist. And if you don't have a helper coming, like you're stuck, right? Like you're not eating lunch, and going to the bathroom even. It's like, well, maybe your neighbor will be nice and watch your booth for you.
Well, we check on everybody.
This is so sweet. Yeah, you're going around checking on them and feeding them.
And we also ask them how you're doing, because if they need a little help, we'll tell people at the front door. Or we also, when we do giveaways, we buy stuff from our vendors.
Oh, that's nice. Right. Okay.
So we don't ask for nothing for free. We go pay for it and we give it out for free.
Okay.
Because the cons couldn't exist without the vendors.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you said you got started as a vendor?
Yes.
So because you had the comic shop, you were going to as a vendor to other Comic-Con type things?
Yes.
How did that, tell me about how that started.
So the good thing about, let's see, it's a cheat code for me. I get to go out there and have fun and sell things at the same time.
It's perfect.
But we started off, actually a con that comes here.
Really?
Is RetroCon.
Oh, I love RetroCon.
Yeah, we started out there. It was so successful and everything. And then one day someone was like, we have a ton of merchandise in my store.
Sure, yeah, good.
And they were like, why don't you start your own con? And I was like, I didn't even think about it. And I said, let's do it.
Why not?
And there was nothing really kind of happening in August. And we figured we'd do something before the kids go back to school.
That's nice,
and college.
yeah.
So it's spaced out, gives like about 2 months on either side. So, and we went from 15,000 square feet to over 50,000 square feet now.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
in just 3 years.
3 years.
This is number 4, right?
This is number 4.
Oh, wow.
And I'm thinking about what can we do for the 5th year already.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Always growing and changing.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to be giving out cake so people could be fat like me.
If you're giving out cake, I'll go.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
So we just try to treat everybody, make sure everybody has fun.
Yes.
The vendors, the guests, even the voice actors that we bring in, they're from all over.
Tell me about the voice actors. Who do you have coming?
So we got 9 people coming this year. And we got a couple people still hitting us up. So we might see if we can find someone local to come. Anime has taken over.
Yes.
So one of the most popular animes is Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
So we have, his name is Ryan Colt Levy. He's coming. He's real popular. He had a little anime movie that came out.
Nice.
A lot of people are coming to come see him.
Excellent. And is he in Chainsaw Man?
Yes, he is Chainsaw. He's the main character.
He is the Chainsaw Man.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he has sidekicks. Chainsaw Man, you might want to watch it before you let your kids watch it. But
I understand. All right. So this is not for all ages necessarily.
No,
okay.
You definitely watch it first.
I understand.
And then there's a character called Himeno. It's Caitlin Barr. She's coming. But she does, a lot of people do multiple voices in different anime.
Sure, of course.
She's also, Mina is a main character in Kaiju number 8. Oh. She's also in My Hero Academia, which is super popular.
Oh, fun.
I love that because that's like never give up type attitude.
Yes.
And for justice and things of that nature. So I appreciate that. Kent Williams, you ever heard of One Piece?
Yeah, I know One Piece.
So we have Kent Williams. He does Vegapunk. Solo Leveling, which is super popular. I think he does Gun-He. He's like a chief in there. He does Mr. Compress of My Hero Academia. Dragon Ball Z, Fruits Basket. I could keep rolling down. We have Landon McDonald. He's in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Wow.
He's also in Demon Slayer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
he's in
brand
Demon
new.
Slayer.
Oh, wow. Very exciting.
Is it KV McKee is in Jujutsu Kaisen. Yuto is a huge character in that. Also, Bear Stars. There's Guilty Gear. There's so many different. Tony Oliver does one of my favorite characters. I don't know if you ever heard of Luton the Third.
No,
He's like,
don't know this
it's kind of
one.
like a French. He's like this world-renowned thief.
Oh,
But
cute.
he's like a good guy.
Oh.
And he's always being chased around. But he also does Dragon Ball Z characters, Power Ranger characters. And then he's also in Bleach. Like all these Naruto, like these are all mainstream, real known animes.
Very popular. Yeah, yeah.
Michael Sorich, he was in Naruto as too, Lupin the Third, but his characters he does a funny character. I think he's funny. He's a bad guy, but it's like a lava head guy.
Okay.
And they know sorcery and things of that. One of the big guys that's never been on this coast, it's Barry Yandel.
Okay.
He's coming as Bon Clay. He's never been on the East Coast.
Oh, wow.
Whenever I mention that, people freak out.
It's like the first opportunity to meet this guy if
that
you're
is
over here.
And he's
wow.
part of the One Piece crowd. And we have Steve Kramer, once again, Naruto. He's in Bleach as well, Cowboy Bebop, Digimon.
That's so cool. So how does that work? They come and they have a table that has some of their posters maybe,
Yes.
and somebody might come up and say, oh, I want this poster. Will you sign it? And
Right.
then they sign it.
Yeah, and the hot thing now is getting Funko Pop signed.
You get what?
Funko Pops is a little...
The Funko Pops
Yeah.
with the big heads and they...
Yeah, little body.
Yeah.
They took over.
And are people signing them?
That's the main thing. People get signed now. Before it used to be prints and things of that nature.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But all these people have Funko Pops.
Aging myself.
People bring their Funko Pops and get them signed.
Oh, okay, so you can bring yours and get it signed, or
Yes.
they probably are selling some
Well,
too.
there's vendors that have it there as well.
Okay,
So if you don't have
pick
it,
from one up from across the way,
yeah,
and
there's
then
going to be tons of vendors.
I
Vendors are
get
probably
you.
going to have prints and
Yeah.
things of that nature.
and they're signing it. Do you get like a selfie, or is that
Yep,
not
you can
allowed?
do a selfie.
You're allowed to get a selfie
Yeah.
too. Oh, that's so wonderful. We were talking. We didn't quite wrap up our plans, but it would be cool if we could get Chainsaw Man to play at Oak Center one of the during the. We're going to see if we can work that out.
Right.
It's always a studio rights thing when we're trying to play something. We got to
Yeah.
track down who owns it and see if we can get their permission. But I think that would be so fun since you've got some big players from that one. Maybe they'd even come along to the screening.
We could definitely talk to them.
All right.
But this is kind of exciting. Like these are major popular anime storylines with these voice actors coming.
Huge.
Yeah.
One Piece. I'm going to sound really silly right now because I started watching the live action One Piece on Netflix.
They did an amazing job. With
It
that.
was great.
Yes.
And I didn't even know that it was a comic. Like, I didn't know that it was a comic book. I didn't know that it was also animated. I didn't know anything about it. They just they advertised it really well as just a series on
It's
Netflix.
the longest running anime to date.
Oh, how embarrassing for me that I had no idea.
No, listen, there's so
No
many.
idea.
The thing about anime, there's something for everybody.
Yeah, well, and you know what? It was a really good way to introduce it to the group of people that wasn't reading anime. Like I
Right.
wasn't looking in that direction, but I thought, oh, that's kind of a fun spirited series to watch, and we watched it, really loved it, and then I started hearing that it was also, and they did it twice. They did it in live action, but it's also you could watch cartoons,
Right.
animated cartoons of it, but then that it's a comic book. I'm like, oh. Maybe there's a whole world of this that I could be exploring that I didn't know about.
I'll be honest with you. No one expected that live action to be that good.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, especially, and this always blows my mind. You do this over and over again, where they'll say, for instance, something like The Lion King in live action. When they're releasing a live action for something, you think, how are they going to do that? Right? The lions are talking to each other. They can't do that live action. What do you
Yes.
mean live action? And I would have thought the same thing if I knew the One Piece story and they said, oh, we're going to do live action. I'd be like, you can't do that.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's so many phenomenal, ridiculous things that happen that are like physically impossible.
Correct.
But you're right, they really pulled it off. Props to Netflix. You really did it, guys.
They did a good job because I'll be honest with you, I had low expectations.
I would, yeah. If I knew the story ahead, I would have been like, no.
and also what that spurred was they have a card game called One Piece. Super popular. Hard to get the cards.
There's a card game?
Yeah,
Is
people
it
play
like
it.
Pokemon where you have to, you build your deck and you keep buying the
Yes,
cards?
yes.
Okay, so it's not like, a game that comes in a box and that's the whole set.
No, yep,
Right.
there's an actual card game. You play with other people.
And you build up a deck over time by like looking for more cards.
Exactly.
Okay, and
But it's so
that's
hard to
called
find
One
them.
Piece as well.
One Piece, yep.
Hard to find.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be shopping eBay for that later.
Oh,
I
well,
love eBay for hard to find things.
You might be shocked at some of the prices you see.
Really? Wow, that's pretty cool.
I had a young gentleman who was trying to sell me his One Piece sealed boxes. And I said, keep that. It's going to go up in price. So he was trying to sell them to me for $300.
Wow.
They're worth $1,800 now.
Good for you
So,
for steering him in the right
yeah.
direction. I
Yeah.
hope he didn't unload them on somebody else. I
No,
hope
he still
held
has
on
them.
to
He
them and
smiles
said,
all the time. He said, I'll give them to you for $1,000.
That's an interesting investment opportunity there if you think about it. I wonder, but the thing like that is though, like, there's no guarantee that it keeps going up.
No.
Right?
I tell people, do not buy speculating. Just buy things you like. If it goes up, it goes up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Keep it fun.
Right. You're not trying to make money from buying these cards because you never know what turn that'll take.
Right. And if it does, it's a lucky perk.
Exactly. And with material objects like that, it's like, well, anything could happen, right?
Oh, yeah.
You could spill your lemonade on them. Just anything could happen.
I hear the kids get them. People come in, that comic book would have been worth $500, but my kid got two.
Right, exactly. My kid.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, my little one. She's not allowed to have paper books yet. She's so little. She's like 2, and she only allowed board books because she just starts tearing the pages. Right. You got to be careful with that.
So we're partnering up with a lot of nonprofits too. I'm about to reach out to Norristown Literacy Group.
Oh, good.
I had a great idea. I'm introduced to. I want to do a reading corner where we give them some space. We have free comic books. People can sit down and read and take the comic books with them.
They can take them with them?
Yeah, so I'm going to reach out to them. And then what I want to do, too, is, some people got their GEDs this year, offering free tickets that they can come because they got their GED.
That's so nice.
So I want to start that tradition. And because, listen, reading is fundamental. It opens up different doorways, pathways. Believe it or not, the pop culture includes clothing now, music,
Absolutely.
comic books, manga, cosplay. It's so many different genres that cross each other.
Absolutely. So. I am just really dazzled by, how you're finding all different ways to promote reading for young people. It's so inspiring that's at the heart of this. It's not just that we love comics and comics are fun and you should come enjoy comics with us. It's like you're thinking of creative ways to really build that up for young people and for all people. And I just love that.
Well, see, I think that's the way you could change your life.
Yes.
Information is key. We all know that.
Right.
But if you spur the love of reading, I used to be in our library all the time. I grew up in Norristown Library.
Oh, fun.
Now, I'm going to date myself. It was a Britannica Encyclopedia.
Oh, yes.
That's how I did my reports.
Remember those?
But I used to go there. It literally was down the street from my house.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So that was like my second home. I was reading anything and everything in there.
Yes.
So,
that's so
and
good.
it just opened up the whole world to me.
Right. But you're really seeking ways to do good with that. And that thrills me. And I hope that it reaches a whole lot of people on August 7th through 9th. I hope that you just get droves of people. Is there a cover? There is a cover to get in. You were saying you're going to offer some free passes to people that got a GED this year. How wonderful. What's the cost of admission?
So we try to keep it low. Friday is $25, Saturday is $35, and then Sunday's $30. We haven't raised our prices in all 4 years.
That's great.
And the intent is to never raise our prices.
Good for you.
Because I got that if you do good, things will come anyway.
Yes.
So we want to grow it from people having a good time, meeting other people, the voice actors and things of that nature. If we do that, there is no need for us to raise prices.
Right. Yeah.
We just need more people to come.
Absolutely. Exactly. You get a bigger crowd as awareness is raised in the area for it. And I'm just thrilled for you. And I really do wish you a huge success. This weekend is going to be really spectacular. And is there anything that people need to know about where it is? People are pretty familiar with the Greater Philadelphia Expo
We will be in
Center.
Hall C this year. We're moving from D&E to Hall C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
New hall this year. So if you were there the last few years, it's a different entrance.
Yes.
Hall C, if you're coming from Egypt Road, is I think on the right-hand side of the building.
Towards the back a little bit.
Right near Paulings Road.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So now everybody can orient themselves, and the space is even bigger this year.
Yes,
that must mean that you have loads more vendors and.
Oh yeah, and we have more entertainment. We have a Star Wars group coming to do entertainment as well.
Oh, what does that look like? Are they doing some kind of performance? Or?
You actually could sign up, and they'll train you how to use a lightsaber.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Sign me up. I'm ready.
So I'm excited about that. I might be watch people.
That is fabulous. Are you going to be in costume?
I was thinking about that because I'm usually running all the way around.
That's true. It makes it kind of tough because you have a million things to do when you're like the point person for one of these shows. Yeah. That's a lot to do. Yeah. And to do it in costume, maybe if it's something that's like really, you need like a superhero costume that's really lightweight. You're ready to, yeah. Get a cape. You know, I was just watching The Incredibles the other day, and he goes to get his superhero suit repaired by the designer lady.
Oh, she's the best.
She is so cute. I forget her, Edna maybe.
Yeah,
I think is her name. You know. She says no capes. Right. No capes. You know what happens to the capes? They get caught in a turbine engine.
So maybe I gotta figure something out.
But I'm sure you'll find something very comic themed to wear.
Yeah. And one of the things I want to make sure I say is our artists. Some of the work that these people do is phenomenal.
Tell me about that. So you have artists that are bringing, is it paintings or little handmade items?
So all kinds of arts and crafts. Some people draw. Mm-hmm. We're also going to have featured artists. They have their own comic books there. So we try to support independent comic book people. And we have a variant comic book because it will be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 300th issue.
Oh, wow.
And we have a variant cover that's only going to be sold at Liberty Comic Con. And we'll have the artists there doing signings.
That is spectacular. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 300th issue.
Yes.
And the limited edition special cover for Liberty Comic Con.
Yes.
That is incredible. Okay, so it's at libertycomiccon.com is where we can find out all the details and information. Do I buy my tickets there through the website, or is it only at the door?
You can buy the tickets there, and we have a good system. You buy the tickets, and the only thing you have a QR code, we can scan it in, boom, we know what to give you.
Right, so it's quick and easy at the door then. I really like to buy ahead and plan ahead and have everything like lined up for me. But you could also buy them at the door too.
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
So either or, doesn't matter. Choose your own adventure there.
Yes.
Wow, I'm really thrilled about it. It's gonna be such an amazing destination for that weekend. But I want to also ask you just a little bit. We talked briefly before we started here about your position as the vice president of Norristown Council.
Yes.
You said you were just reelected in the District 3 as a councilman.
Yes.
Tell me about what motivated you to do that.
So, funny story. Well, grew up and born and raised in Norristown. Norristown gave me a lot. I remember when I grew up, if I walked like 3 blocks, I was offered food from 3 different mothers. We all knew each other. I was eating an apple or a pie or something of that nature.
So sweet.
I have good memory. I remember us as a kids, we got together and put on a talent show for our parents. In my friend's basement. And they didn't know it. We planned it ourselves.
That's beautiful.
That's how I kind of grew up. I always knew someone was watching me.
Yeah, it takes a village, they say, right? You were in the village.
Right. And now I see our community's not as unified as it used to be. Yeah. I want to bring that back.
I love that.
So we're working on a lot of different initiatives, trying to bring back block captains, but not just to look out, but also informational network. Because nowadays, social media is all over the place. We got to make sure we communicate with our residents and get the feedback.
Yeah.
Norristown it's one of the best communities I think is out there.
Yeah.
It taught me so many. I had so many people that care for me. I just want to make sure people have the opportunities I had.
That's amazing. Yeah. And, you mentioned social media. And, I feel like when social media began, it was really about people speaking to each other. Right. And in the last 7 years maybe, it has become so inundated with advertising
Yes.
and even just sponsored material that it's not really people talking to people anymore. It's people getting their feed from the machine.
Right.
And it doesn't feel like we're offering each other information. So I'm hearing what you're saying about going back to a system of making sure that we're networking with each other
Right.
and spreading the information about what the projects are and what the neighborhood has to offer, and rebuilding that sense of community, because we all looked to our phones for it, and then it sort of, I don't want to say it betrayed us. I feel like that's a strong word, but it became something else.
It became a little easy for us to distance ourselves. We have some incredible people in District 3 and all over Norristown. What I want to try to do is give the power back to them.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do in my district is let's have gardening competitions. Let's have a meetup where, I could get some barbecue. We just sit there and talk.
Yeah.
I just remember sitting out on my porch talking to my neighbors for hours.
And knowing them.
Yes.
Knowing them.
Yeah. People have such amazing stories.
They do.
Insight. They could teach you a lot of different things. I used to work for Nationwide Insurance. And one of the things of my job was figure out if your house burned down to the ground, how much it costs to rebuild it. Mm-hmm. But what I loved about that job, I knocked on doors. I met some amazing people.
Wow.
I got educated on things I didn't even know. Like the gentleman, I think he was in World War II.
Wow.
And he was talking about, you guys don't know pressure. I'm like, what are you talking about? His job was he was a mathematician on a ship. And he said, we saw another ship, we started doing math. I'm like, what for? Because we got to shoot at them. And if you miss, you got to start doing math.
You do a lot of math.
I'm like, that is kind of pressure, because if you mess up and they get it right, people are dependent on you.
That is a lot of pressure. My goodness.
Yeah. And then he gave me bowling lessons. That's why I'm like, we got to get back to talking to each other.
That is far out.
Yeah.
He gave you bowling lessons? That
Yes.
I kind of have to hear more about that.
Yeah, it was amazing.
He gave you bowling. I want bowling lessons. I was just talking to Rafe, our bowling manager here, and telling him how hopeless I am at bowling. And he gave me the lowdown on the geometry. It's mind-blowing.
Right.
And I'm just picturing the guy you were mentioning and how he had to do the geometry of to figure out how he hits his target. I bet he's an excellent bowler.
And that's why I think we're having a little disconnect, because when I grew up, I was around our elders. So I was, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Today, I don't think that happens so much, but I think that's needed.
Yes.
Because as growing up as a kid, not saying our parents didn't love us, but the elders gives a different type of love, and you knew people cared about you, you did better.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm trying to incorporate them and make everything a little closer.
That's so wonderful.
And the older people cook the best.
This is your primary motivation.
Yeah, to get the
They're
food.
cooking better. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I just want to say good luck to you in your duties there. And I think it's really inspiring to see all of the projects that you have going on are all coming from such a place of goodwill. Mm-hmm. And you're a busy person. You've got an insurance agency. You're running a Comic-Con. You're running a comic shop. And you find the time to be a councilman. And, the world is full of busy people, but if we don't have enough time to participate in the civic duty, then, who's going to do it? And the answer is sometimes not really great. So.
Right. I appreciate that. But it's the people that make me want to do it. Like, people are awesome. If you give them a chance.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot more good than there is bad. We just focus on bad gets more attention.
You're right. It does get more attention.
Yes.
And you know what? That's the part of the reason for this show is talking about the good news and the good people and what they're up to. And
we need that.
Ways that we can find each other and go do neat things together. So, I'm just thrilled about all the things that you're doing, and I'm definitely going to come out and see Maz Comics.
Well, I appreciate what you're doing, because we need more positivity. This was fun.
Oh,
this was fun for me. I feel like I'm cheating.
You have so many good projects. I know we'll see you again here soon. That's what you got to promise me. You'll come back again. Let's say at least 6 months from now, we'll do this again, if not sooner.
Promise and a half.
Wonderful. Dustin Queenan, everybody, thank you so much for coming on the show. Wow, so much great information about Norristown, about Liberty Comic Con. I'm so grateful to Dustin for coming in today. I want to cover next a little bit of a review on Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which came out on July 17th. So if you haven't seen it yet, there's still time. A great film, a highly anticipated film. So many really unique features about this film, and I just want to touch on it a bit. I saw it the minute it came out. I was really excited to see this one. Christopher Nolan is known for a film that sticks with you. He's the director of The Prestige. He's the director of Inception, some films that are the kind that sort of bend your reality or make you think for weeks about like, what exactly happened there? And it was such a unique take, such an interesting thought to say, let's go and retell the story of the Odyssey for a modern audience. So to catch you up, if you have no background on the Odyssey is an epic story that is one of the tomes of historic literature and attributed to Homer. Interestingly, Homer wrote Odyssey and the Iliad, and the identity of Homer is a little vague when we look to historians for who is Homer, the guy that seemed to have written these things. There is some question about whether Homer was a specific individual or who wrote these things down, or if these stories were kind of an accumulation of a long oral history of storytelling, and somehow his name got kind of stuck with these, and whether or not he was an individual, or if it was more of a collective, or if it was a kind of more concrete collective of individuals who wrote these stories, is a little unknown, and I find that super fascinating. And we're talking about the 8th century BCE. So, as the longest time ago that we have stories from. It is literally some of the oldest stories that we hold on to, probably, next only to biblical writings. And so the story of the Odyssey is ancient, and I found it surprising that that's the story that we went with, because it's hard to surprise your audience with a story that is so well known. We all know the little bits of it. We've heard of the Cyclops or the Sirens, for instance. We know about these things that he goes through. If we don't know the story as a whole, we've heard little bits and pieces of it at some point or another. And so I was surprised at that choice, but I respect it. I respect that it's timeless and that it's fantastical, and that it was done in this way that was so spare no expense at making it huge, right? Because I watched a bit on the making of this film. Fascinating. They shot in locations such as Iceland. They were in Greece. They were in Crete. They were all over the globe in weird locations. They basically made a soundstage out of a cave, which was a technical, tremendously difficult task to do. And they hired hundreds and hundreds of extras. So part of the story is the Trojan horse, the wooden horse. The soldiers hide inside of a wooden horse that is given to the city of Troy, the Trojans, as a gift, and they take it into their city because it's a gift, and then at night the soldiers sneak out of the horse. So I feel like what's interesting is I can tell you that because that's the story that is a classic mythological story, but actually for all intents and purposes we'll say it actually happened, and yet I'm not spoiling anything in the movie because this is the story. You know this. But speaking of this horse, in the movie, they made the horse something like 3 stories tall. It's tremendous in scale. And they hired hundreds of extras to literally tie ropes to this horse and drag it into their city. And I was captivated by the scale of it, and that they spared no expense. In the same regard, they A lot of the adventure takes place on a big wooden ship from the 8th century BCE. So that ship looks a lot different than a modern ship. And they really built the ship. They really built the ship. And they didn't just build like a miniature ship and try to make it seem bigger than it was. They built a really big wooden ship. And they put, I don't know how many guys were seated in it to row the rows and rows and rows and rows and rows of oars. And they put this enormous ship in the actual ocean and actually trained these actors to push and pull these enormous wooden oars in synchronization so that they actually could get footage of these guys rowing a ship. Like, it's just mind-blowing, the scale, the detail, the levels that they went to capture these moments and to make it genuinely as real as it possibly could be. And I was really moved by that. I will tell you, to be honest, there were a few things that bother me, like an itch in my brain. Okay, so here's the itch in my brain. One thing is that there's a dog in the film, and see if anybody else caught this. There's a dog in the film who's an important piece of the film, and they show him as a puppy, and then they show him as like an old dog. And I'm sorry, but the breed that they used for the puppy is not the same breed as they show of the old man dog. And it's such a nitpicky thing. But if you're going to go to the trouble of building an enormous ancient Grecian ship and teach 100 men how to row it, it just seems like we should maybe go to the level of detail of finding the right breed of puppy to represent the same breed of old man dog. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, with love. That itched my brain in a weird way. And then there was another thing that I would have done differently. Tell me what you guys think of it. And it's the soundtrack. Okay, so the soundtrack, they were aiming for authenticity. As with everything in this film, they were really aiming for authenticity. And so they used instruments like I think it's called a lyre. I always want to say lyre. That's spelled Lyre. You see this all over the Bible. What is that? I think it's called a lyre, which is a harp of some kind. They used a couple of flutes. They were banging on metal things for like sort of rhythmic drum things. And they had to fill it in with a lot of like vocal arias just because they were so limited as to what instruments they could use by keeping this level of authenticity to the instruments that would have been available at that time. And for me, it felt like weird noises and just not that it wasn't really contributing to the feelings that you want to feel in the cinema. It fell a little flat for me. That's my opinion. I'm sorry to be hard on the sound guy. I'm sorry. I didn't love the soundtrack for this one. I respect the notion that we were so authentic the whole way through. Like, I really do respect it. And honestly, 10 stars, 10 out of 10 for Matt Damon, who absolutely crushes this role. I mean, what a role. What a role. And Matt Damon, hats off, sir. I mean, you look great. He looks great. Way to go, Matt Damon. I was so impressed. His performance was absolutely captivating, along with Tom Holland, who also crushed it. And then we saw him everybody saw him again 2 weeks later as Spider-Man. Where do you find the time, my friend? This is fascinating. You also, sir, are crushing it. Matt Damon crushed it. Tom Holland crushed it. The Queen, I forget her name. We'll have somebody tell me what her name is. The Queen did a phenomenal job as well. Emotional and vibrant. She's absolutely gorgeous. Who plays? I have to look this up right now. Who plays the Queen in Odyssey? Odyssey also is impossible to spell. Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway is playing Penelope, which is one of the only pronounceable names in the film. Again, authenticity through and through. They kept all of the ancient names like Telemachus. Telemachus. I can't even say the names. They really stood by all of these details. Penelope, though, having one of the only pronounceable names, did a fantastic job, and she had a maidservant lady who also put forth an excellent performance, as well as the sort of lead villain guy. It was very, very well written. It was very well acted. It is a 3-hour movie, but I got to tell you, you don't have a whole lot of opportunities to step away from your life in the way that you do with a really epic movie like this. And I did not mind that it was 3 hours. I took the afternoon. I just absolutely stepped away from my life and committed to focusing on this movie. And it was a lovely escape. And I didn't at any point in time think to myself, this is moving a little slow, or, I'd kind of like to be done now, which is often the case, right? That is often the case with a movie that's 3 hours long. There's stuff that you think, well, maybe they could have cut this part out. But truly, one after the other, the men on their adventure are falling into the most bizarre and fantastical problems, experiences, adventures. They're mostly problems. It's like, epic issue after one after the other. There's an especially remarkable scene that kind of turns your stomach, having to do with a witch that lives on top of a hill. And I don't want to tell you too much about this because I don't want to spoil it. But if you get a little queasy, you might not want to watch when they go to see the witch that lives on top of the hill. And I'll say no more. It's a little under dispute whether she's a witch or like a demi-goddess. But she has a very bizarre interaction with them that visually is breathtaking in an unsettling way. So that scene is really sticking with me. And then, in the conclusion, it was just an all around really strong movie. So hats off, Christopher Nolan, to the good work and to the actors of this for a stellar performance. And they did say it was a brutal film to make, and you can see it. Not that they seem tired, but that because every stop that these men make on their journey is an epic disaster, that they are literally fleeing for their lives. They are sprinting. Like in so many scenes, it is Matt Damon saying, "Let's get out of here," and 100 guys and they're all just sprinting away from the trouble that is ensuing, and that's physically so demanding. Like I'm tired just watching and thinking about doing it once, and they had to film it, I'm sure, repeatedly. Like things don't always go really smoothly. You go up, cut, we got to do it again. And so over and over and over again, these guys are just full assembly on full tilt, running from absolute danger. And so it looks like just such a physical workout to do this film, and really so well done. And like I said, it's all over Matt Damon that he really looks amazing from the workout. So I'm sure it was hard, but no pain, no gain, as they say. All right, so this is Lane signing off and recommending the Odyssey, playing now at Oak Center Cinema. We'll see you here soon at Pop Leisure.